All right. Let's see. All right. I think we're live, everybody.
We're live.
What's going on? Happy Sunday, everybody. Starting off some Mixin in the kitchen now that football season's over. We got some good people out in chat today. We got Buick's out there. James Rivera, what's up, brother? Thanks for the shares. It's me, dude. Sub Vapes, DIY Down Under. Pippa, she's out there. Alan Gorby's out there. Let's see. Yeah, I think I said Sub Vapes. Wes Cochran in the house. What's up there, Wes? Just got done putting your groceries away. Good deal. We have a new member to the panel. If you haven't subbed to her yet, go ahead and sub. Go ahead and sub to her. She does a lot of DIY. She does a lot of device reviews, a lot of live stuff, so you can interact with her in chat. Alicia Nurse Vapes. Hey, Alicia, what's going on today?
Not a whole lot. Just hanging out, kicking my family floor.
Yeah, tell everybody about yourself.
I'm an RN. I am from North Dakota. I have farm animals, and my very last cigarette that I had was January 11th at 10 p.m. And I've been vaping since the very start, kind of off and on with the smoking everywhere e-cigarettes. In fact, I still have one of the filter cartridges and a bottle of the e-liquid up there. And my brothers just kind of got me back into it. And now I haven't had a cigarette in over a month. So
that's crazy that your quit date and my quit date are the same, but mine was a year ago, January 11th. And mine was 10. And mine was at 10 a.m. Yeah, I mean, it seems like you've been picking up quite a few subs lately, and you have your live show content, which I think is a lot easier. Yeah, go ahead and throw yourself out there in chat. This way, people can sub to you. This way, they're not hunting for you. You can just type in chat, and they can find you. I'll throw you a wrench. This way, you can moderate and you can promote your channel and anything you need to promote or you'd like to promote. You can moderate and you can promote your channel. And okay, who's? Oh, is that you, Mayor?
Okay, no.
Okay, there you are.
My sound's off. I'm good.
Okay.
You can hear it. It's someone else if we're still hearing it.
I think I tried to turn it. Oh, there it is.
Yeah, there you go.
All right, there we go. Little growing pains always happens. It's all good. Hey, Raven Shadows in the house. Yeah, I recovered from last night. My throat's not sore anymore. A couple cups of coffee this morning. Good vape. I was hurting last night though. That was rough. I will not. I'm hearing her talk about another challenge. I'm like, nope, not me. I'm done. That's it. No more challenges.
I thought you were gonna puke the first hit of the Sistrummin.
Yeah, I thought I was too. That's why I went and got the trash can.
Oh, wait, you did both? You did both, Frank?
Yeah. Yeah. So it was like I went 10 rounds with Tyson, and then I had to go against Holyfield, and he knocked me out.
Were you wheezing? Did you have any wheezing, or were you good?
I didn't wheeze. I was just more heaving.
Oh.
My stomach was wrenched.
That's the worst.
Yeah. Oh, hey, we got Mark Senior out there. We got Train Sonic. Roger
guys.
Simons from the UK. What's going on, Roger? Nice meeting you.
Cool.
Yeah, that was horrible. I tried to, I did my best to keep a good face on, but that was rough.
Yeah.
There's no other way of putting it.
Were your sinuses the cleanest they've ever been in your life?
Yeah, the menthol was actually a relief. That was just one quick pain, hurt, done. But having to do 10 rounds of that Systroming, 10 pulls, that
They made
was
you do 10. That was the requirement.
Yeah.
How many requirement was it for the menthol?
You're supposed to do 3, but I got one right here. I'm like, yep, that's it. I'm done.
Peace
Tapping
out.
out. Yeah, me and Jesse both. It was just like, yeah, screw this. We're out. Done. Forget it.
Neck drop.
Yeah, exactly. It was like, and I was doing it when I was doing like 80 watts. No, it wasn't even. I was only doing like 50 something watts because it had to be 4.2 volts. And, and I was using I was using a higher ohm build.
Yeah, I would too.
I was using like a 0.3.
I'd be looking for that mouth to lung set.
Yeah, I did a 10 wrap 26 gauge stainless, and it came as like a 0.3. I'm like, okay, yeah, that'll work. It'll lower the wattages. Maybe it won't hurt as bad, but no, it still sucked.
That's great.
Now, Alan Gord was asking, am I going to do the new challenge in April? No. Fuck that. No, done. No more challenges for me. No Vegemite. No, whatever. Nope. I'm done.
Yeah.
I'll sit back. I'll sit back.
You
and
are not.
Yes, I am.
Which one are you going to do?
The Vegemite.
Yeah. Good luck with that. Yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, have fun.
Nope.
Cheers. Wait, where's my glass?
Yeah.
Cheers, Alfredo. Cheers.
Yeah.
To you, my brother. No, thank you. So what are folks vaping on today?
I've been hitting this like it's my job. The concentrate. I still have to mix my concentrate of it as well.
Yeah, I do too.
Yeah, it's so much flavoring. It only makes 110, which for Dawn that's surprising because we don't usually you get 200, 300 mils out of our concentrate, but that one having all the flavor in it, 110. It's like, oh wow.
Yeah, Vegemite, man, Wes. That's that Australian spread, fermented something. It's a fermented something or other. I don't know. It's brown and you spread it on things. That's about what I know.
Yeah, I think it comes out of a dumpster in Australia.
Stop. Where's Pippa? She'll tell you all about it.
Yeah, she's out there in chat. Yep. Yeah, Uncle Touchy popped in. What's going on, my friend from Saskatchewan?
Is that where he's from?
Yeah, I think it's right above North Dakota, isn't it, Alicia?
It's up there.
Yeah, it's up there.
Manitoba's right above North Dakota.
Oh, okay. I'm a little off on my Canadian what I'm trying to say.
Yeah, Vegemite. Did I say that?
Yep, you said it right. And in the UK, they call it Marmite, I believe.
Marmite, yeah. Yep, exactly. Yeah.
Oh, Tommy's in the house. What's up, Tommy?
Tommy.
Hey, Tommy.
So, now, Mary Beth, how did you get started on your DIY journey?
I was caught one of Fresh's Saturday morning shows, and I was like, you know what? This tickles all the buttons for me. The idea of creating something, working with flavors, saving a little money, and seeing what you could come up with, and another community that was really embracing. Like the DIY community, I find to be very supportive, very helpful, and I was like, wow, this is okay. I got to find out more, and so I started about the same time that Fresh and Brian's show started, Fresh in the Kitchen. Mm-hmm. I was like, perfect. So I kind of started with them from number one and just went all the way through. It was like perfect timing for me. And got an account on ELR. They had posted some of the most popular base flavors that you can make a lot of things out of, which was a great way to start. And then I started looking at Fresh's recipes and looking how he mixed and his technique, as well as Tooney. Addy Tooney was the other person I watched. There's a couple of really good mixers, and you can look at how they formulate and layer their flavors. Mm-hmm. And I just kind of went from there. Started making some I think it was Yeti's milk and Addy Tooney's yogurt were like the first two that I made. So I had a bunch of really good juice that I could vape and that were pretty much shaken vapes, and they were fantastic. And then I just started playing around with flavors and making my own recipes, kind of looking at a profile that I liked. So what I like to do is like go on and look at food. I'm like, oh, that might make a good vape. and instead of eating it and baking it, I can vape it.
Yeah.
So that's kind of how I got started. So I guess it's probably what around October is when the show came on last year. So I've probably been mixing for, a little bit here and there over the course of the last year. And I've learned so much. With all the shows. And Wayne Walker watched and looked at his recipes and how he creates them. And then we have all those other great mixers that are out there that you can, just look at their recipes and follow what they do, follow their work. You learn so much that way, Yeah,
I totally agree. That's basically how I got started. I got started from watching Fresh and Brian's Monday show, and
Yep.
I started getting interested in it, and it took
Yep.
the fear away of it.
Yep, completely.
I'm thinking, oh man, you must be, you got to know all this stuff to be able to mix. And then seeing the way they did it and they broke it down, a dumbass like me can figure it out. I was like, you know what, this ain't too bad. So I went ahead and started learning about, we call it the beginner recipes, the starter kits. That's what I'm trying to say, starter kits. And I went ahead and I had one window open with Nick River with their starter kits, and you can pick 15 flavors, 15 10 ml bottles to get started with. And I'm on ELR and I'm looking for some of Fresh's recipes. I'd seen him mix on shows and videos that he had done of them. And I'm just sitting there and I was like, okay, well, all right. I know I need sweet, strawberry ripe and Capella sweet strawberry. And, it's like, oh, I want to make a, Addie's milkshake or Fresh's milkshake, the one that was like, it was almost like a 50-50. It had like a bunch of PG in it. Now not knowing any better, I mixed it like that and it was thin and the throat hit was terrible. But then I went ahead and changed it and mixed it differently. And now it's actually pretty pleasant.
Yeah, it would make a great pod juice now. Add a little higher kick and you could put that into a pod and you'd have a home run. Yeah. Oh, Shindo joined us. Hey, Shindo.
Yes. Welcome, Shindo. Thanks for popping in.
Yep.
And the community, like you said about the community, I mean, the community is just so,
Adore. Hey.
Oh, yeah. Dawn's in the house. What's up, Dawn? Yeah, the NFC percentage is a little high for Adore. Yeah, but exactly. That citrus, it's got to be hard to work with. And, all the credit goes to you. I mean, if anybody hasn't picked up this yet, I know we have some new people just popped in, not from concentrate, get it in concentrate, $16.99. You can get yourself 110 mils of it. You can probably, 110 is where you should be with it. So, go, mix it up to 110 mils, that 30 mil bottle. And, you still save yourself a ton of money. And that was the big thing that motivated me to do DIY was the money savings.
There is no easier thing. You get the pre-nick, you get your VGU, PG, you get a pre-nick, you get a little concentrate bottle, boom, you're done. And maybe you've spent a little money on a scale and you're off and running. At least you're getting something, you can vape and learn and start. It's so much easier. It's so easy.
Exactly. Mayor, show what you popped up before that. What was that from Liquid Barn?
Yeah, it's kind of interesting the way they're doing this. These they're calling them flavor shots, flavor cartridges. Here we go. Am I I'm not sharing it. Sorry.
That's okay.
There we go. All right, let's move that out of the way. Click here to learn more. So basically they give you your flavor shot. They tell you what percent you're going to mix it at. And then they give you this little ruler. They give you your Gorilla bottle to mix it in. And then you go and you pour it to the 8% mark. And then you add your other elements that you want, your VG, your PG, and you are done. Put your label on it. And this was how much? $10?
Yeah, $9.99. It doesn't get any easier and cheaper than that.
That's great. And they're bringing in they had not Wonder flavors, One Hit flavors. It was the last time. Wayne has I think Wayne has one as well. So you can get it as a one shot, or you can do it as a flavor cartridge.
Oh, okay. And what's the difference between the one shot and the flavor cartridge? Flavor cartridge is giving you that whole kit with the measurement and all that.
Like if you have absolutely nothing to mix with, like you don't have a scale, you don't have syringes, you don't, blah, blah, they're giving you the bottle, they're giving you the ruler, they're giving you here it is, flavor cartridge. You're getting 60 mLs of the juice, a 30 ml unicorn, and then the card that you're using to measure. So you'd have to buy your NIC, your VG, your PG.
Yeah.
But other than that, once you're done with that, so his flavor cartridge is $15.99, and his is 15% for this.
Yes. 60 ml bottle, 15%.
And you're getting a 60 ml flavor cartridge.
Yeah, so it's almost 400 mils.
Yep, for $16.
$16. Yeah,
well,
that
plus
is
the cost of whatever else. Yeah, amazing.
Yeah,
right?
your pre-nicked VG or just your VG, and then you buy the nick and all that.
Yep. I think it's brilliant. I think it's great. A great way to get people started.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, not to take anything away from the commercial, the commercial e-liquid makers, but I mean, more people that can, especially, last night with the challenges and everything was an example of, an extreme example of what could happen if these flavor bans happen. And the states and the federal government decide, well, all we want you to vape is menthol or tobacco or clove or whatever, without, Capella's vanilla custard and strawberry and pound cakes and stuff. If you don't have your own and you don't know how to mix, it could be a rough road for you. You're talking black market. There's all kinds of things that could possibly happen.
That's the thing that's also kind of worrisome. I mean, more and more you're seeing, the FDA and the head of the FDA tweeting stuff about eliminating flavors over and over again, over and over again. So I think to have the ability, and I don't know if they're going to regulate flavors, like if they're going to, hopefully it doesn't come down to that, but I don't know.
Right, I wouldn't have been able to quit if there wasn't all these fruity flavors. I wouldn't have been able to.
Yeah, exactly.
No, 100%. 100%. I agree with you 100%. Because when I first started to vape, I tried what I thought were flavors similar to cigarettes, thinking that's what was going to work for me. So I tried every menthol mint thing I could find, and it was a disaster. It was a complete and utter failure. And it wasn't until I started to do like more fruits and strawberries, really flavorful stuff, that I began to really enjoy it, and it worked for me. So yeah, I agree. It's unfortunate. They're trying to do it to prevent gateway children vaping, smoking, that whole gateway concept. Yeah. And they're forgetting all the other sector of people that need to be able to have access to this, which is unfortunate.
Yeah, because and it's surprising with Gottlieb, because we all thought when Gottlieb got named the head of the FDA, we're saved. We're winning the battle.
Well, we were hopeful.
Yeah, because he was in the vaping industry. He owned vape shops or a vape company or something like that, and now all of a sudden he's sticking it to us, and it's like, what the hell are you doing, dude? I mean, I guess there you go. You don't trust a politician, and it's the same thing. It's total bullshit. I mean, for him to turn around now, he's pulling all this bullshit with the flavor bans. I mean, if you want to tax it, fine. Everyone's got to make their money. Is a fair tax is a fair tax. I mean, whatever. People are still smoking or paying exorbitant taxes on cigarettes. So why should we not pay anything? I mean, I'll pay my fair share, but don't stick it to me. But let me vape what I want. Let Adore stay in business. Let West End stay in business. Let Omegaden stay in business. Don't take people's livelihoods away from them because you're worried about some punk ass kid that all of a sudden he likes strawberry. Well, yeah, he's also vaping fucking Tide Pods.
Yeah.
Totally. So natural selection there.
I've had coworkers say to me, well, my mom doesn't want me to vape because I have asthma. And I'm like, okay, so the cigarette you're smoking is better than that?
I have a coworker that he's been very interested in vaping, but he's afraid to because of his asthma, but he still smokes. And I tried to explain to him. I didn't talk down to him. I basically said to him, it's like, well, the PG that's in flavorings and it's in e-liquid is the same that's in an asthma inhaler. I said, just try small. I recommended a Boulder, a Fix, something like that, something that has that draw like a cigarette.
Right.
And something easy to start with, and that doesn't put a bunch of money, make him put a bunch of money out to start with if it doesn't work for him, if it does affect him, health wise, which I don't think it will, but I think it'll actually put him in the right direction.
My aunt, my aunt Rachel, she had COPD, like to the point where she was in the hospital. They were kind of talking about her. She was in and out, and they were talking about her lung capacity was crap, and she was still trying to smoke.
Doggy.
Yeah, from another world there. But she was in the hospital and out of the hospital multiple times, and she's actually had better luck now after she started vaping a couple of years ago here, and she's actually had a lot of luck. She's decreased her hospital stays big time.
Yeah. Dawn makes a really great point, and I completely agree with her. She says we need pre-made juice to bring smokers to vaping, but DIY to keep them vaping a reasonable cost, which is, I agree, 100. That's exactly right. 100%. I agree with you. Yep,
yes.
100%. Yep. But the 40% tax on juice and the 40% of vapor products in Pennsylvania basically wiped out that industry 100%. I mean, I think 75% of the shops in PA closed within over a year. I mean, that's crazy.
Yeah, because how can they compete?
Yep. At 40%, you can't. Wholesale tax, 40%. What do you?
And then you've got gas stations having pre-made liquid sitting in their damn storefront windows, over steeping, so that you end up with, you're supposed to be getting a 12 or 24 milligram nic for your pod system, and it ends up being way higher than that because of sitting in that window.
Yeah, I mean, we don't see that a whole lot here as far as in the gas stations. I see it in the truck stop. Sometimes they got the display case and it's all 24 milligram tobacco and menthol, and that's about it. It seems like that's what the government wants us to vape. That crap you see in the truck stop, the fuel island at truck stops, is what they want us to vape.
Yeah.
The shit that's from the same companies that gave you the cigarettes that has all those chemicals in them. And do you even know what's in that vape juice? Is it the same shit that's in your cigarettes?
It probably, I mean, I don't want to assume that it is, but it can't be. It's definitely not as good as what we're going to mix right now.
And the question is there, though.
Yeah. Alan Gorby says the government doesn't care about us. They want you sick and keep big tobacco and big pharmacy money going. I mean, I know, Alicia and Mary Beth, you're both in the medical industry, and my wife worked in the hospitals as well. And that's where the money's at. I mean, the money's treating you, not curing you.
Right.
Yep.
If they cured it, because I'm sure you guys see it. How many people roughly do you think you treat that are in there for smoking related illnesses?
I'm in the ICU, so I deal with surgical, trauma, neuro, and medical intensive care patients. So I'm seeing the sickest of the sick, every day. And so I would say probably a good 60% of my patients have had a smoking history. And they're either in there because of a vascular problem, stroke, cardiac, neuro, they've had head bleeds for a stroke, or pulmonary. You've got what you had mentioned before, COPD. We don't see asthma. Asthma is really better controlled, at least in this part of the country. But used to be a lot of asthma-related issues associated with that too. So we see, I would say, easily.
Mm-hmm. In the nursing home, ICU-wise, my mom, she got in that accident in November with both of my kids in her car, where she jumped in a boat and crash landed. And that was because either a cardiac event or a stroke. And from the MRI, what I could see, there was a pretty bright white little spot in the back right lobe of her brain. So that to me says stroke, but the neurologist is still hard, still fighting that one hard to see if he can say something else. But as far as in the nursing home where I work, about 95% of the old folks that I take care of that have respiratory issues have been smokers in their past. In fact, when I was still smoking, there was a couple of old ladies that after I would go out and have a cigarette and I'd come back in thinking I got all the smell off of me, and they'd be like,
nope.
They're like, I like that smell still.
Yeah.
Sniff me.
Come a little closer, lady. Let me sniff ya.
Yeah, it's like,
I bet they did.
and when you first started vaping, you could probably smell a cigarette in somebody's car on the other side of the interstate.
Hell, I got in my pickup like yesterday or the day before. I don't know if you were in here when I was, or in the shack when I was in my pickup that day. I got in my pickup to go to town, and it had been warmer that day, and I got in my pickup to go, and I'm like, ooh,
you can still smell it.
Yeah.
And my daughter now comes up to me and says, "Mommy, you smell like candy now."
Yeah. I can remember my closet, like opening my closet thinking, oh my God, like I could still smell it on some of my, like my winter coat or my, like, oh my God, 100%. Unbelievable.
I took a lot of Lyft and Uber drivers to doctor's appointments, and you could tell who is smoker. Just open the car, and I always tell my wife, I used to smell like that.
Yep.
Yeah.
And she looks at me and she just shakes her head like. But
I'm going to shout out a couple more people out that popped in the chat. Vape Ross Vape, Vape Ross Vape, Vape Ross Vape. In the house, Tommy Vapes, the links out there. Shindo, I think I mentioned you before. V Dog's out there. Roro's out there in chat. She's doing some editing and listening to the show. Awesome. Thank you.
Yeah.
But yeah, the smell is just, now that we're away from that element. Yeah, Brian Enoch's out there. It's amazing, and I feel bad for my family that I smelled like that for so long.
Yeah, because I know.
Beth hasn't had a cigarette in 6 years. I think next month will be 6 years since she smoked. Is it 6 or 7, hon? This will be 7. Yeah, it's been a good while. Oh yeah, Vaping and Vibes with Tom's out there. And she wouldn't say anything to me unless it was really bad. If I had a rough day at work and it was wintertime and the windows are up and I'm puffing away on my damn cigarettes, or if we'd go on a trip back to New Jersey or something, and I'd crack the window and I'm sitting there smoking a cigarette with everybody else in the vehicle, just because if not I was going to kill somebody on the road. But now it's, I crack the window because I don't want to fog out the car. But I want to be able to see out the windshield.
Hot box the car, baby.
Exactly.
All right. So what are we going to be mixing here?
Let's get some mixing going. Well, today's theme is strawberry, because I picked strawberry because it's the easiest one for someone, a new DIYer, to mix. It's hard to mess up a strawberry. It's easy. It's, you can use it all different percentages. And it's something you can vape right away. You get the recipe exactly the way you think you wanted it. It's still something you're not gonna dump down the sink. It's something most of the time you can use. So mine is called Pound That Strawberry. It's inspired from TVC Elite, which is made by Adore Eliquid. Another strawberry vape, because that was one of the first ones that I purchased that helped get me off the cigarettes.
Yep.
Yeah, I still don't mix any tobaccos. Yeah, I don't mess with the tobaccos too much either. The only one that I I've even tried that has some tobacco in it is Armageddon's Fat Tony.
Oh, yeah. The RY4. I don't consider that really a tobacco, though, you know?
No, see,
to me, it seemed like I sniffed one before we went live, and to me, they all just smell like flowers.
Tobacco?
Yes.
The tobacco?
Because I've got
they just don't do it for me myself.
Me either.
Tobacco, and I've got black honey, which is like a Swisher Sweet, and they all I open them, I smell it, they smell like flowers.
I like tobacco vapes, not a straight tobacco vape. I have one called Bonsa Pipe, where it's bourbon, vanilla, custard, tobacco. I don't have all the ingredients, otherwise I'll mix it up, and it's
is the tobacco an RY4, Alfredo?
It's an RY4 and bourbon tobacco.
Oh, cool. Okay, that sounds. Oh, I remember you making that one. I remember that one.
Yeah, I talked to Rich, West End Vapors, Liquids, and told him the flavors I had. He gave me the base recipe, and I added a few more things to it.
Cool.
But the problem is, it's a coil killer.
I just put my recipe out there in chat. So if anybody wants to, that one is public. You can go ahead and you can pull it up and see what I'm mixing today. And I can go ahead. I'll share a screen, pull it up for everybody else that wants to see it. See if I can get this come up. Let's see okay, here we go. See, I'm still messing with this, trying to figure it out. There we go, share screen. So basically what I have, you can see I mixed this one back in October when I started coming up with the recipe. And I did add PG to this one just because I like that for this recipe, I like that 525 mix. I think the PG helps carry the flavoring a little bit more. You can mix it at max VG, and I've done that, but I think it's a little bit muted when you do. So, I put obviously the meat and potatoes of it is the 4% strawberry ripe and the 2.5% red touch. Because I started using the red touch more, especially on something that you're going to keep for a while. Because the Capella Sweet Strawberry has been known to fade out in your mix and you kind of lose it. And then I put the dragon fruit in there to help boost up brighten up the strawberries a little bit. Just a little something extra to add in there, a little bit of tartness. And then, of course, the marshmallow for some sweetness. The pound cake, flavor of pound cake. 3% is about the most I would use that flavor as because it's very highly concentrated. And then to finish it off with the vanilla to give you a little bit more mouthfeel, the vanilla custard. I am going to start I have a whole bunch of stuff in my cart, and I'm going to pull this down. Let's see, stop share. How do you stop share?
Pause. Right up top. Yeah, there you go.
And where pause share?
Where it says you are viewing right up top, Frank.
Okay, stop share. There we go. All right, Got it. Learning. But yeah, with this, there's a few other custards out there that I'm interested in trying now. After seeing, was it flavor? Not flavor word custard. Yeah, Alan Gordon says juicy strawberry. I actually have that in my cart right now over at Nick River.
Yep, it's like they took the best of the strawberries and they kind of put them into one single strawberry, so you kind of get that. You get the ripeness and sweetness of biting into a real strawberry with a little bit of the tartness of like the green kind of component, and you kind of put it into. So it's like they took their two primary strawberries and made juicy strawberry, I think. So.
Oh, that's awesome. Oh, Al Ben subbed to my channel. Thank you, Al. Appreciate you, buddy.
One thing that I noticed, like when I kind of got out there and I ordered from a couple of different companies. I ordered from Vapecraft. I ordered from Vape Wild as far as like stuff like that goes, and then Bulk Apothecary has like the best price on VG I've ever seen. But like when I ordered from Vape Wild, they give you this card. Like when you order, and it's customized to what you ordered as far as Nick. So like when I ordered this this VG based Nick, it's 100 mil. They send you the card for like to figure out your amounts.
Oh, that's nice.
Oh, that's very nice.
Like that's customized to that particular bottle of Nick.
Yeah,
and I like that.
Yeah, that because that's the thing when you're dealing with pure nicotine. And yeah, I got them right here because yeah, it will absorb into your skin and you can get an adverse reaction from it. Oh, Tommy unsubbed from me and subbed to Nurse Vapes. Oh, are you limited on the amount of subs you got there, Tommy?
If he's adding somebody, he's losing somebody. Sorry,
yeah, I
Frank.
guess so. Oh well,
someone's got to go.
Didn't make the cut. It happens, you know.
I had lost my glove stash. I don't know where the hell I put it.
So I'm going to go ahead while you're mixing that. I'm going to go ahead and put mine up and let people see it.
Yeah, I'm going to get mine started here.
So we here in New Jersey got another 8 inches of snow. So I was like, I want a summertime vape. I want snow to go away. So I called it Snow Go Away. And I've been messing around with basil a little bit, kind of using it in things that I may have historically used mint with. So this is not necessarily a real beginner mix, but because some of these flavors are a little more complex and maybe a little bit more difficult. They don't have a lot of leeway for usage. So I've used the basil before around 0.25, 0.3, and I found that it kind of faded a little bit. That was just my experience. So I went a little higher with the basil. Dragon fruit is kind of going to add the juiciness to this sort of summertime beverage. And it's kind of a nice blender. It kind of makes everybody in the playground and the sandbox play nice with each other. I wanted a little citrus to kind of punch in contrast with some of the sweet, ripe flavors of the watermelon and strawberry. And so that's pretty much how I came up with this. Watermelon, I haven't had a whole lot of experience playing with a lot of watermelons, but I kind of wanted a really bright, sweet strawberry. I mean, a bright, sweet watermelon. And the same thing with my strawberry. I kind of wanted that. And I'm hoping this will work. So we'll see what happens here.
Mary, can you put the link to this in chat if you have this one public?
Sure. No, I don't, but I can make it public. Let me just do that now.
Yeah.
Stop sharing and then we'll go.
All right. Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and switch camera.
So you say the basil, what does it, if you've been using it in place of mint, what does it take and what does it give to your recipe, Mary Beth?
Yeah, so at least I did like a Moscow Mule. I did a cranberry, apple, ginger ale. I think I had a little lemon lime in there too, and some basil. And I noticed it predominantly on the exhale. It's like a true basil. Like if you eat, if you know what basil is and you eat it, you know how, and you'll see people add it to, you'll do basil with a balsamic strawberry kind of dessert kind of mix. And so I kind of wanted to add that in that sense, to add like kind of a top note there.
Yeah.
And hopefully, you know, kind of lay on top a little bit. That's kind of what I'm looking for.
Interesting, because I'd never thought of basil, but in place of mint, but I don't care for because most mints have that refreshing feel to it, and I don't like menthol. I don't like.
You don't like mint?
I like mint, the flavor mint. I don't like the refreshingness it brings.
I got a good one for you then.
I see. How can you not like that? I love that, Alfredo. I love like adding a little bit of that, you know, brightness and sharpness to it. What do you use to brighten up your recipes and kind of give that cooling flavor component to it, or is that just not your thing?
Not my thing
at all. Okay.
I'm more of a dense, creamy person.
Yeah.
My in my repertoire, I have sweet cream, Bavarian cream, and I have like 2 or 3 different creams. So I use cream more often, and 4 different custards.
Custard bakery guy. That's Alfredo for you.
That sounds like the direction I've gone for the most part lately. Is I've been mixing a lot more bakeries and a lot of bakery stuff. I don't know if it's just because of the season.
Yeah,
you like a nice, nice warm piece of something because it's been cold out. Someone's echoing pretty bad.
It might be me.
Okay. But yeah, that's. I mean, I guess wintertime. A nice cup of coffee with a warm piece of, it kind of like puts me in that mood.
Yeah, and I was just feeling the opposite. I was like, because that's what I've been vaping. I've been vaping all the. And today I went and got my bottle of soft bags from West End, doing a little raspberry cheesecake, white chocolate kind of thing. I wanted something bright. Like that's what I love about mixing. Like you can say, what am I feeling today? I know.
Yeah, exactly.
Awesome. It's great. But Alfredo, if you like, when you smell this basil, I mean, it is like basil. It's like, there's no questioning what it is. It's like straight on. Like you took a handful of basil and you crushed it and you went and snorted it.
I love basil.
And I love basil. So it's kind of interesting. I'm hoping this works out. We'll see. It could be an utter disaster. I've done single testing of the basil and I'm kind of like, I think there's flavor compounds that are very similar to mint. Let's see what we can do with this.
Well, and the nice thing about mixing is like if you go into a recipe, even on ELR, and if you don't quite have, if it's calling for a custard
mm-hmm.
and you don't have a custard on hand, like that's how I ended up with my my strawberry horchata that I made, is because I kind of added, in place of the custard, I mixed, what was it? I mixed horchata and then vanilla bean ice cream in equal parts to make my like custard note to it, and it came out amazing.
Now, do you get a lot of cinnamon on that?
No, I think it's because I mixed it with the ice cream.
Cream base, yep.
Yeah, it brings it down a little bit.
It probably makes it really good. I've done it with... Go ahead.
Bakeries do rock.
Yeah. I've done it with rice pudding. I've done a horchata rice pudding. And the cream, and I added marshmallow cream and some other vanilla pudding to it. And it wasn't, you got just enough cinnamon. It wasn't over the top. It was just enough. All right. Going to add that dragon fruit. I love dragon fruit. It's like another one. It just blends so well with fruits. It just kind of makes them all play real nice. It makes everything all juicy.
Exactly.
And I love this lemon lime. I think I had Capella's lemon lime soda, and I ended up getting the Wonder flavors, and I'm really liking the Wonder flavors. But I do find, sadly, that their flavors seem to fade. I wonder if anyone else has had that experience.
I've had lemon lime soda, but Capella's.
Yeah, that's what I had too.
That's the only one I've tried, and it held up fairly well.
The Capella's, yeah. In general, I'm finding that the Wonder flavors seem to fade. I don't know if it's their standard or their super concentrates don't do it as much. Maybe I'm not really sure. I'm just kind of got a bunch of them, and I really enjoyed them so far. And I'm kind of learning about them. I got them about 3 weeks ago and been messing around with them.
Yeah, I only have a couple of Wonder flavors, and I basically ordered them to mix some was it like your coffee. I over dripped on that one a little bit, 1.38, and stuff like that. And they're the first ones I've picked up, because that's what I normally do is when I'm looking to purchase flavorings, I'm basically buying them for a specific recipe or to reload on other recipes.
Or they're flavored that, like a mixer that I follow and like their profiles and what they do. They recommend it, that I'm like, okay, yeah, I got to get that then.
Yeah, stuff like that. It's all on recommendations. Like
the Flavora premium custard, I got because I'm like, I think it was Flavora, or was it Flavor? Who made the premium custard?
I think it's Flavora.
Yeah, and I picked that up based on a couple of people's recommendation. I'm like, all right, well, let's just see. Let's see. Same thing with the juicy strawberry, because that was like strongly recommended by people.
Yeah, I waited. I've basically waited on that because at first everybody wanted it and everybody sold out of it.
Yeah.
So now it's a couple of months down the road. Now you can actually get it again.
Yeah, exactly. That was like what was it? The rice, the E-Cig Express, his rice, when Wayne Walker was talking and touting it. You couldn't find it. It was like weeks before I could finally buy it.
Yeah, that's like I have this one-on-one bread pudding that I still haven't used. I mean, I don't even think I've taken the beauty ring off it yet. I don't think even cracked the seal.
I have it too. Yeah, I have that too. Exactly.
Yeah, they sent it to me for free. They sent me a whole 30 mil of it. And I'm like, what am I going to do with this? And I actually read the profile on it and look at the flavors in it. And it's something I'm interested in working with, mixing it with some other flavors. And I talked to Addy Tooney about it because he uses it.
Yep. That was one of the reasons why I picked it up, because Tooney had it in a lot of his recipes. I'm like, yeah, you know what? I love bread pudding. So let me see. I haven't played with that yet. That came in my last order too.
Yeah, I haven't been real thrilled with one-on-one for the most part. There's a few other flavors that they've knocked out of the park, but then there's other ones and you're just like, ew, what the hell were they thinking?
I know. I know. Some of them are really awful.
That's like, there was a deal on Amazon for, I think it's 22 of their cereal flavors for like $7. And it's normally on their site like 40 something. The 10 mil samples of it, big sample pack. And I've used a few of them and I'm not impressed. I'm like, I see why it was $7.
Yeah.
I basically got what I paid for. It's not, it seems like they fade pretty quick. You have to use them in a higher percentage just to try to get anything out of them.
Wait, who was this? Who was this, Frank?
One-on-one. Yeah.
You got it. Wait, did you say Amazon?
Yeah, and they sell a lot of their stuff on Amazon.
Huh. Interesting.
It's not all the time, but you can find it on there.
I thought Amazon wasn't going to sell that stuff, like anything vaping.
Well, you got to remember, concentrates aren't just vaping.
Oh yeah, that's right.
So that's why you can find them on there quite easily. And I'm not sure who else or anybody else if they're selling on Amazon or not, but I know one-on-one you can find a lot of their stuff there. I'm saying sometimes you find a deal on it and you get it cheaper. It gets shipped right from one-on-one as well, and it's way cheaper than what it is on their website. All right, I got mine all mixed up. Get the cap on that.
Yeah, one thing I have to say about this this VG based Nick that I got from there.
Mm-hmm.
The PG based Nick seems to like have more of a harsh, like it doesn't have that harsh pepper bite of the nicotine.
Yeah, I have the piece from Wonderflay, or was it Wizard Labs? And I basically picked that up because of Yeah, it was just something different, and I figured I'd try Wizard Labs because I'd never tried them before.
Mm-hmm. And they're local to you, aren't they?
Well, they're in Florida.
Oh, Florida. Okay, I
Wizard
thought they
Labs
were.
is, yeah.
Oh, I'm thinking Bull City. Bull City is.
Yeah, Bull City is right in Durham. I can order from them right now and have it tomorrow, basically.
Yeah,
even on a Sunday, I think sometimes they work.
Yeah, they're awesome. A lot of my stuff I get from them just because they are on the East Coast, and I know I'll get them pretty quickly.
Yeah, well, they ship quickly everywhere. I mean, Robert out there, juice reviewer in Oregon, he placed an order on like a Thursday or a Friday, and he had it that Tuesday. I was just like, "Are you serious?"
Wow.
Yeah, I did a 60 mil of this because I know I'm going to vape the shit out of this.
Yeah, there's some you're like, yeah, you know what? I just know this is going to be a winner for me. You just know it.
Yeah.
Back looking at chat again. I saw Mopheads out there. What's up, brother? Hopefully you got the stuff to mix that Samoa's recipe and you knock that out of the park. The new daddy's out there, JFM. Congrats, brother. If anybody in chat doesn't know, JFM just became a father the other day. Beautiful baby girl.
The Link Vape is also in chat.
Yeah, Link's out there. Yeah, he's got a belly button. How about that? Shit, I didn't know that.
Proud of you, Link.
Yeah, if I didn't shout out Lori before she's out there in chat, KBN, what's up, KBN? What's up, Steven? Hopefully your dad's doing better. Import man's out there.
All right.
The eye contact you're going to get.
Oh, Frank.
Get this shook up good.
What's up, KBN?
And do you ever reuse any of your bottles? If it's like something you already had mixed in there or something similar profile, just wash it out with some Dawn and let it dry and reuse them?
Oh, yeah, I do.
Yeah, certain bottles I do.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And these things, I just rewash them every single time I mix.
Yep. Yeah, I have certain ones from a nicotine that are dedicated just to that, and that's all I use them for. So I go ahead and I wash them out.
Yep.
Pippa, I don't wear glasses, so I can't wear them sideways like Fresh does. I can't copy off of him. Fresh is one of a kind, He's original.
Yeah, as you get older, that the whole glasses and viewing and reading and
Yeah, I actually threw on Beth's glasses last night just to when I was rebuilding the RDA to get tortured with.
Yeah.
And I could see a lot better with them. I'm like, oh, don't tell me that. I don't really want glasses.
Welcome.
Yeah.
Welcome, Frank. Welcome. Embrace it, Frank. Embrace it, brother.
Using my Goon 1.5 here.
Oh, nice.
Hat sideways. Okay. Here we go. I'll just put it on backwards. Here we go. Yeah, this is my new Super Bowl 52 champions hat.
Yeah. Has anyone out in chat ever used basil? What are you guys finding? Like, what do you think about it? How are you using it?
I'm gonna say that's a new one on me.
Frank's like, I have no desire for that. Okay.
No, I'm not saying I don't have any desire. It's just something I haven't.
Yeah, given a thought. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, that's what's great about having all mixers in all different besides geographical areas, just in general, all different walks of life, all different ethnicities. They're going to mix things differently. They're going to try different flavors, because they've had experiences with different types of foods and beverages and stuff like that.
Yeah, exactly. Yep. And the Italian in me embraces the basil.
Exactly. Yeah. That's why people, grossed out over Phantom Ravioli. Oh, speaking of Phantom Ravioli, John Carlo just popped up.
Hey,
and
we're
Phantom
talking
one that ones. It has basil in it, I'm sure, and you could taste the olive oil and stuff like that in it, and it's really a good vape. People get freaked out about it, but you know what? After vaping Systroming, you will vape the living shit out of Phantom Ravioli.
What was that? Honey tea profile. Huh? Yeah, that could be good. Yeah, that would be interesting.
What is that? The lemon and honey tea?
Tea. Yeah. That could be interesting.
Just don't mention honey around Dawn though. She does not want honey in her vapes.
You know what though? Flavora milk and honey. Oh, that is good stuff. I definitely now it's not just honey, so in fairness, it's a little different, but yeah. All right, so what are you getting, Frank?
Oh, this is since I've vaped this before. Right off the bat, you are going to, obviously shake and vape. You're going to get the strawberry. You get a little bit of the cream, but after a few days, by this time next week, this will be spot on.
Yeah, that pound cake takes a little bit to kind of.
Yeah, anything flavor, if you use it too high of a percentage, it's going to go, it's going to be way too strong. You're going to get all alcohol, and then you got to let it breathe out. But yeah, John Carlos says basil is good for adding notes to mint flavors too. Yeah, I could see that.
Yeah, but that's what I was saying before, Giancarlo. Before you popped on, I was saying I've been using it actually in place of things that I would usually put mint into the recipe for. And so I've kind of been using it in place of, but I didn't think about adding it, like using it with. That's kind of interesting too.
Yeah. Right, there we go.
Yeah, so this, I think I needed to maybe add a little bit of lemon to it. It needs a little more citrus. That basil's nice there. The fruits and the dragon fruit, nice. But it needs a little bit of that citrus to kind of give it a pop, I think.
Yeah, I think dragon fruit's another one of them like duct tape flavors.
Yeah, totally. Yep.
You can use it for all kinds of stuff. Alex Shindo, hats backwards, guys. Cloud time. You know it. And I think, especially for new mixers, don't be afraid to add a little bit of PG to your mix if you're getting like a muted flavor, because it can wake it up. I mean, obviously you're not going to put, make it a 50-50 unless you're putting it in a pod system or something. But, that's another, item that you can use to your recipes to wake things up if, especially in the beginning when you're not, you may not be experienced enough to use a lemon or a peach or an apricot or something to wake up a flavor like an apple or a strawberry. Just throw a little PG in there, and it'll help you out. It's a nice little crutch you can use, so you can get walking on your own.
Yeah, it's funny. I've never played much with PG. Like I've pretty much always done max VG because I always found that it was bothering my throat. But I might have to go back and give it a try and play around with recipes and using that.
Well, I think I used a little bit more flavor, a little higher flavor percentage, and you doing a lot of your mixes anyway. You're usually around 9-10%, and I'm more towards that 15 to 18.
Yeah. Yep. Totally.
That's like with this one here. Just add a few. I think like 6 or something I threw in there. Yeah, 6% PG because I was at 16. Well, actually, really 19 because my nicotine's PG. So get between that 75 to 80. VG PG ratio, it works for you. It hangs in there.
Well, this is nice. Yeah.
Good. That's awesome.
Yep. Just needs a little more citrus, and that's a really pleasant vape.
Yeah, Alan, I've been at a 3 now for a good while. I would say since late last spring. I dropped from a 6 to a 3. And now if I try to vape a 3 now, I will be, it'll probably knock me on my ass.
You mean a 6? You vape a 3 now? Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've been trying to go down to like 0 and 1.5. That's where I've been trying to see if I can get to, but it's hard. It's really hard to cut back from the 3. It's kind of interesting.
I think it's a placebo effect. Honestly.
You think so?
Yeah, I for me it is. I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but that's what I think it is. Clear out some notifications. I saw, the Mixin show just went live. Mix Life. I forgot about them.
All right. Well,
I ain't gonna run out of here right away. Alicia's still mixing hers, and I'll hang in a little bit. I mean, some people might go check out over there, but I'll hang in here for a little while.
Cool.
I am pretty much done here.
Cool. So you guys have the advantage. You don't have to buy gloves. You can just get them from work.
Well, you always end up with a couple in your pocket.
Yeah.
Yep.
And mine just go into a box that sits here with my vape stuff and my tattoo stuff, and they get used.
Yeah, Anthony. Nurse Vapes is definitely a nurse, and so is Mary Beth. So if anybody passes out, we have people that can do mouth to mouth.
Virtual.
Yeah, virtual mouth to mouth. Yeah. But anybody out there, if you haven't subbed to Nurse Vapes yet, go ahead and hit her description and sub to her, and you will not be sorry. She does a good job.
My shows might be a little long sometimes, especially if it comes to like an RDA or an RTA or mixing, because I'm still a little bit new at it, but it's kind of a learn with me type show if I do that. Because I'm not talking down to anybody. I'm always watching the chat. So if
do you do
flavor reviews?
Yeah, you doing single flavor testing in any of your reviews yet?
Yeah, I've done juice reviews.
Yeah.
I usually review my sample box every month. This month I'm a little ticked because it came, and then when it was warming up, this happened. So I have that much.
Yeah, not much to review, that's for sure. Was it even any good? Did you even get a chance to vape it?
I didn't get to touch it. I can smell it. I can smell it all over this room.
Oh, God.
It smells good.
Yeah, Alfredo is not mixing today. Alfredo's here for athletic support. He's the executive producer, and contributor to the program. And we'll get him doing some mixing here in the coming weeks. That's for sure.
He's an athletic supporter.
Yes.
Ooh, it smells good.
Yeah, strawberry is one of the ones that you definitely can't go wrong with unless you completely hate strawberry. Then, and yeah, and you can, especially if you're trying to learn how to layer flavors. Strawberry is definitely the way, a good place to start, because you can take ripe strawberry and sweet strawberry from Capella, put them together, or the Red Touch, which I have found that I like a lot more now. I'll still use some sweet strawberry if I'm doing more of a candy mix.
I actually mixed my Flavor West and Capella strawberries together.
Yeah.
So I figured out like Capella by itself has kind of a muted flavor and a kind of a funny like after note to it, but the Flavor West kind of takes that away.
Which Capella? The sweet strawberry?
Yep.
Yeah, that one will do that. It's Me Dude was in no condition to mix last night. Well, neither was I after this destroming. So I've actually given up alcohol for Lent. So I'm going to be sober for next 6 weeks.
What did you end up mixing, Alicia? I'm sorry.
It was hoofda. I still have a hard time talking with a bunch of vape in my mouth. My brothers can do it no problem. They sound like cartoons, but they can do it. It was this one.
Oh, there you go.
Except for I kind of had to change things out a little bit because I did add nicotine. I'm still an addict.
Oh, hell, we all use a little bit of nicotine in there. Oh, Link gave up Catholicism for Lent.
And actually, I tweaked it even a little more than that. I added some raspberry to it for some zing.
Oh, there you go.
There you go. Yeah, I added a little more of that lemon lime soda to it. Perfect. Now I think it's going to be to where it needed to be. Perfect.
Nice. Kebien's asking, what's everyone's favorite flavor mix? Like commercial juice or just a flavor to mix with? I mean, strawberry has been my go-to to mix with because it's easy to work with. But if I'm looking to do something more complex, then I've been getting more into the chocolates and the coconuts and the caramels and stuff that non-commercial. Yeah, as far as flavors, that'd be it. Yeah, just let's say I still believe strawberry is an excellent place to start. There you go, strawberry horchata. But my favorite recipe that I've created is that the Samoan recipe. That one I am like pounding my chest about. I'm really proud of that one.
I added that chocolate doge to it, and it has a little bit of that coconut back note. So yes. I took out the lava cake and I went chocolate doge. Perfect. Like that. That's a nice chocolate for that mix. Really works with the toasted, coconut kind of flavor idea. It works really well.
Yeah, there's a couple recipes that I've had like floating around in my mind a little bit, just bits and pieces of them. I just got to put it all together and get it on ELR and then actually mix it. Just throw it make it private. And I definitely want to work with that bread pudding and see what I can come up with that. Me too. With some Catalan cream, get that, stuff a little bit more complex and something. It might take 2 weeks, 3 weeks to steep, but it could turn out really nice when it's all said and done.
Yeah, exactly. I there's so many flavors that I absolutely love, but cornbread is like one of my favorites. One-on-one cornbread is like really Fuji apple. I really like Fuji apple. Some of the Bavarian cream is another flavor that is just like a staple, solid kind of like cream that you could put in everything. A lot of people like Cap V1 custard, but I just can't tolerate it. For some reason, it's just too much for me, and I just don't do well with it. I end up wheezing. So I've had to find other. I tend to use Flavora vanilla pudding and creme brulee kind of as a substitute to kind of create my custards.
Mm-hmm. You were getting ready to say something, Alicia? Or?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
No, if any of you can read my chicken scratch, that is my recipe for strawberry horchata.
Oh yeah, you've got it in ml, so that's kind of hard to.
That's for a 30 ml bottle of it.
Yeah.
I saw a question. What am I vaping on by Sub Vapes? Got the G box. I have my mix of tropical cream. That's my everyday vape. It's a bunch of tropical flavors with some Bavarian cream and sweet cream.
There you go, Bavarian cream.
I'm addicted to that stuff.
Yeah, it's hard to beat the Bavarian.
Bavarian.
Well, it's very forgiving, and it kind of gives you what you want, and it's pretty forgiving. It's a nice cream to kind of start with,
Yeah, that's going to be for another show. We're going to talk more about creams and stuff like that. But yeah, Bavarian cream is definitely one of those ones that is easy to work with. when you get into the creams and custards.
Yeah. Oh. It's just it has pineapple, little bit of strawberry, just a bunch of tropical type fruits, and it's just my everyday vape. I vape it in the summer, winter.
You likes what you likes.
Yeah, that's it. And that's the thing about DIY. You can do whatever you want.
Yeah, and that's why I have ADD, and I love to make a whole bunch of different things and just keep trying.
You have vape ADD?
Yeah, total. Juice vape ADD completely.
Oh, yeah. That's why when I kind of got into using an RDA, like I kind of fell in love with it. It's, you just either switch out your cotton or just vapor Celsius dry and throw in a different flavor.
Yep. We're moving on to something else. All right. Well, I think we're pretty good here. What do you think, Frank?
Yeah. I think we'll wrap this up. I saw, what was that show? There's another live mixing show just got started about 10 minutes ago. And tonight, don't forget Mixin Vixens, 6 p.m. Eastern.
I had that on my things to talk about. Yeah, perfect.
Yeah, gonna have was it Rin, Leilani, and Jen Jarvis?
Is it Jen Jarvis? Is it?
Yeah,
Jen?
Yeah. I think it's Jen Jarvis. Unless there's another Jen, but I thought Jen Jarvis said last night, and Nikki showed it.
Oh, maybe.
It might be her. I might be wrong, but I know it's definitely Rin, and Leilani subbing for Emily because Emily's out for a little bit. Yeah, and Link's coming on in 45 minutes, so go ahead and check him out. His cast of characters over there. He always has a good show.
I'm going to be trying to put up the first part of my sample box so I can get rid of that bottle that's not sealed on my desk.
Yeah, if you haven't subbed to Nurse Vapes, go ahead and make sure you sub to her. Pippa says Flavor Art Vienna Cream. Yes, that's another one.
Yep. Another staple. Totally.
Yeah, KBA wants link me to the Vixen show. You're okay. I think I might be able to pull that off. Asking a lot from me.
Yeah, you just go in the search bar, Mixin Vixens.
Yeah, no G, just Mixin WMIXIN. Yep. And you'll find them there.
It'll come up. Yep.
And then with tonight, you got Overdose comes on, I think 10 o'clock Eastern. You got Fagan show at 8. So yeah, it's a busy night for YouTube. Anybody wants to especially if you're in a place where the weather's kind of crappy. I'm actually going to go outside. I think here once we're done here, because it got beautiful out here. I think it's supposed to be in the 50s here today. So.
Oh, nice. A little vitamin D therapy.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it looks disgusting out here. I ain't going out there.
Oh, you don't start getting decent weather till about what, June?
May, June. Our pigs are supposed to farrow out in May, so I'm thinking I hope it's warm enough then so that I don't have to run a heat lamp 24/7. But
yeah, the little ones,
the little piggies.
All right, well, let's wrap this up. I said sub to Nurse Vapes if you haven't already. Check us all out on ELR for some recipes. So next week, I think we might do creams or something next week. It might be a way to go with it. Maybe there's something we'll talk about during the week. We'll figure it out. Alicia, great having you on. Hopefully, you decide to hang out with us again.
Well, thanks for having me. It was fun.
Yeah, good time. Marybeth, where else can they find you besides ELR?
Yeah, Instagram, I go on by MechModRN, so I throw up some pictures there, but nothing much to see. I don't have a YouTube channel, but other than that, just be good to each other, enjoy. Hopefully you find a good adventure in DIY and you can get started and enjoy some of it yourself.
Definitely. Thanks for popping back in, Mary. It's always fun having you on.
Sure. Thank you.
Alfredo, where can they find you at, buddy?
Hang out at the Vape Shack. It's my second home. Pretty much it. I have an Instagram, but I'm not very active on it. You could same name, but you can find me on Facebook. That's about it. I want to thank you for having me on, Frank.
Thank you for being the executive producer and keeping this ship upright.
Yeah, no, anytime, no, not a problem.
Yeah, thanks everybody out in chat for showing up. There was a lot of good chatter going on there. Excellent. You can find me here. You can find me hanging out over at Vape Shack. You can find me on Instagram. I'm usually good for copy and pasting over there. Not too much original material, but I'll go ahead and. Oh, damn! Now Fresh is popping in. Yeah, Fresh. You missed. You're gonna have to catch the replay, buddy.
Well, anybody who's here that's subbed to me, thank you.
Did you check your sub count, Alicia?
I haven't. Right?
Did you get the number? Check it. Let's see what you got.
I'm curious to see what you went up to.
89. Holy
awesome.
Shit.
Wow.
Awesome. So you went up 18 over the course of the last hour. That's excellent.
Absolutely. Well,
awesome.
It looks like it might be 90 now.
Oh, good deal.
Mitch popped in. Hey, Mitch.
Hey, Mitch. He was probably watching the whole time, just wasn't hanging out.
He was being a lurker.
Lurking in
being a creeper.
In the shadow.
All right. Well, thanks for all the people that came out. Much love. Yeah.
Yes, definitely.
Enjoy. Go watch those Mixin Vixens and enjoy the rest of your afternoon, people.
Yeah, enjoy this Sunday, and we'll see you all next week.
All right.
Have a good one, guys.
Bye-bye.